Well, hello and welcome to another Daily Dominion. It's Fabi here, and unfortunately, I have just found out that my amazing footage from the playthrough was without any sound. I did not notice, and oof, I'm here now. I have the video in playback, and I think I'll just commentate over the video because it was a very interesting experience, let's say. I will just, yeah, let the video run over here. As you can see, it's just a playthrough. I've put my face now over my face where it was before, so you can have my me talking just normally, but I might show you some of my facial expressions later. Because today's kingdom is quite the doozy. I don't know what I said in the beginning here, but it's just the typical introduction. This kingdom is a Monday daily, so it's the base set mixed with prosperity. I did a brief kingdom introduction, briefer than usual. We have Anvil as a workshop here. We have Workers' Village as a village. Charlatan and Witch are two cursors, and Charlatan, the presence of Charlatan makes the curses be yellow, and treasures that give you 1 coin. And there is Collection, which allows you to get a bunch of victory points by gaining actions. There's Crystal Ball, which lets you trash from the top of your deck, which is usually not that great, and also here it's not super great, but Artisan can help with top decking things you might want to trash. And yeah, so that's Crystal Ball. It's a very weak trasher. Other than that, Artisan is a nice gainer for 5-cost cards. As you can see, there are a lot of good 5-cost cards here, so Artisan is strong. Vault is draw and Witch are Vault and Witch are draw here, and Peddlers are something you can easily gain once you have a few Workers' Villages in play. Now, yeah, I'm waiting for myself to be finished with this introduction. I hope you still enjoy this kind of commentating. Let's see how it goes. I'm now mentioning that there are already also colonies and platina in here, and yeah, I'm just making sure. Yeah, and right now the microphone is picking up my voice, but I don't know what happened. It's super annoying because it was, well, as you'll see, it's like a 20-minute video, so it's short enough for me to do the commentating, but still a bit annoying. Now I'm showing the kingdom plot over here, and the kingdom plot looks a bit awful, as thinning and draw are really bad, but there's a bunch of stuff to gain. There is alt VP and colonies and collections, and strong alt VP at that. Charlatan, which are nasty attacks that can really slow you down. And since the thinning is so tight, the curses will hurt even more than usual, probably. And also the draw is a bit finicky, as Workers' Village and Vault and Witch in combination are the only sort of draw, and that's just not great. They're Vault and Witch are expensive modes, and Workers' Village, well, they will run and be split up some way. Yeah, at this point, I was then musing over the openings. I think I even prepared this opening plot, which should show up in like a sec. Or what did I say over here? Well, the main takeaway is that you should just open silver silver. You shouldn't touch the anvils, as they really don't do much for you, and in the worst case just gain you workers villages while you don't hit the price points you want to hit early. You want to really hit 6 or 5, and for that reason I also think Charlatan is a little bit better than Witch early on. Witch can also, if you on the 5-2, on the 5-2, which can also be a bit weird with, as it will trigger a shuffle. So if you see it turn 3, it's great because you'll see it. You'll shuffle again on before turn, or yeah, before turn 4 or during the setup of turn 4. But if it's lower than that, it might also be a bit awkward. So for that reason, and for the reason that you want to hit 6 for Artisans, I think Charlatan is a little better on the 5-2. But here we didn't have the 5-2, we had the 3-4. So we went for silver, silver. And yeah, at that point I start the game and we go for silver, silver. And as you'll see, yeah, I'm pointing out that Anvil is not good, but as you'll see, we hit 4 here, go for Workers' Village naturally, and hit 4 again. And that's not great. I can see it in my facial expression there. Because Workers' Village doesn't do much for you. You really want to hit 5 or 6. Now we don't hit 6 here, we just hit 5. So we go for that Charlatan. Maybe this should have been a witch or a crystal ball, but I think Charlatan is still the correct decision there. We had 3 here, which we just skip. And I'm playing very fast here. Let me slow down just a sec. I'm playing very fast as the decisions. If you hit 4, it's Workers' Village as you hit 3 later on. You don't really want more silver in your deck. And yeah, here we finally hit 6 for the Artisan. But what you also might notice is that we already got the first curse in our deck, and our Charlatan missed the shuffle. And yeah, that might be a sign of trouble. Let's say that. And then also our Artisan and the Charlatan collide, and I'm already at this point I'm shaking my head. I'm laughing a bit. Actually, I don't know how valuable it is to see my muted, and this is my muted um, uh, commentary, but I'm starting to feel like I'm losing my grip on the game because we're hitting 5 here. We're hitting the wrong price points at the wrong times, and our terminals are colliding. It's just not super great. While AI is starting to build up a slight lead using just some collections, and here this turn was huge for AI as it got to pick up a lot of peddlers while having this collection in play. And then additionally here again our Artisan and Charlatan collide, but we at least get to trash something with the crystal ball. Now we pick up this pity peddler and the pity Workers' Village, but it's really not great. As you can see, our deck is really thick at this point, and yeah, we do get to curse the AI again here, but already the peddlers are all gone, and the Workers' Villages are getting low. And at this point, it's what I'm pointing out right here. And you can see how puzzled I am. This is the footage from before. Look at me, I'm not very happy with the draws we have, and as peddlers and Workers' Villages are getting low, I decide to go for a collection, but really it is too late. AI is ahead by like 10 points, and we don't have much great stuff in our deck. Our terminals pile up once again. We have the Artisan, the Charlatan, and the Witch on top of our deck. Even though we get to collections in play here, we really don't have the option of going double Workers' Village for 4 points, just because, well, AI will be able to get the rest of the curses in, and then we're toast. Spoiler, we might have been toast anyways, because with the early draws that we had, and I mean, you can see it here. We have all of our good stuff in the first hand, and then it's 21 cards down the shuffle. So we'll see them in 5 turns or so, or maybe 4 if we have a bit of draw. But we'll see them in a very we will see them in a very long. We won't see them for a very long time. So really, yeah, this is not working out. Also, we have all of those coppers, we have all of those curses, and AI just does the correct thing here. It just gets some points in its deck, and yeah, goes further and further away from from anything we could reach here. I'm going for a collection here, but really this might have even needed to be a duchy. But to be honest, at this point the game was already lost, I think. Yeah, we have all of these workers' villages here. Um, of course, nice this time nicely pairing up with the terminals, but it's far too late. There are two curses left, there are two workers' villages left, and we get to trash a curse and pick up something for 7. I really don't know what we could sensibly have picked up here, but yeah, it's kind of over, especially since AI gets to pick up this colony here off of all of those peddlers it has in its deck. It manages to sneak in a colony, and yeah, at this point it's essentially over. It was tight before, but already at this point, yeah, I'm opting to buy an estate here, but I mean 3 points versus the 24 points that the AI has is really hard. And indeed, AI manages to pile out here, even buying a collection over Duchy there, not maximizing points. But yeah, this was very quick. Wait a sec. Wait, hmm, let me look at the decks again. Sorry. So as you can see in my deck, there were still 6 coppers, 3 estates. We had all of those crystal balls, but I never managed to trash anything. Just also because we were cursed before we could get any good stuff in our deck. AI's deck, on the other hand, I mean, it had the 7 curses in it, but somehow AI managed to have snatch up all of those peddlers, which are of course really good. It had those collections, and even though its deck was equally junky as mine, well, it just raced away there. So I was, you can see my expression here. Um, I was not happy, or I don't know. I was um, yeah, trying to look for explanations and just I was laughing it off. Um, but yeah, I decided to go for a quick other game, the next game, and open silver again. Here AI opened workers village and something else, and it got the charlatan turn 3. We got the charlatan turn 4, which is also okay, but then again our charlatan misses the shuffle, but at least we hit 6-5. But just like in the last game, the charlatan and the artisan decide to stick together, so we need to waste one of the crystal ball plays, essentially. We do get to trash a copper here, but as we'll see, it's a bit too late, even in that game. Spoiler, sorry. Uh, yeah, let's see how this plays out. I decide to go for the crystal ball here. We get the first curse into our deck. Here we hit 7. We go for another artisan. I think they're really strong, but yeah, we get to trash a curse, but the artisan and the charlatan again stick together. So yeah, if they're a bit smoothed out, this might go better. But yeah, also this crystal ball doesn't get to trash anything because um, the workers' village is on top there. I decide to just leave it there, and then on the next turn go for some other stuff. Yeah, leaving it there I still think is the correct decision, just because there's a bunch of junk in the rest of our deck. Might have even drawn there, but that would have meant that the charlatan and the artisan would have missed the shuffle, which I didn't want at that point. And again, this crystal ball just finds a workers' village. I didn't want to risk playing it. Maybe I should have here. But yeah, as you can see, it's tough. The AI gets this witch into its deck as well, and therefore manages to curse us just a little bit quicker. And yeah, I'm not sure where this one went wrong. We go for another artisan here, I believe. Yeah, artisans are good, but once again, yeah, we have this amazing charlatan artisan synergy. They stick together like they they're in love. It's yeah. This is a bit this was a bit tough, and AI again goes for the Workers Village Peddler collection stuff. While we struggle for anything resembling control, like we never find the artisan with that many workers' villages. Maybe we even did earlier, but yeah. AI just scoots ahead. Like, look at this, it goes for the colony, and due to this peddler workers' village stuff, again, the piles are really low already, while AI is very far ahead in points. And at this point, I'm again realizing that, oh man, I might be in trouble. We get this last curse, and this time Charlatan and Artisan are together united again. We decide to trash out one more copper. We might as well have just played it. We also trash that silver, which I think is still correct. Go for a few points via the peddlers there, but that might also be incorrect. On the other hand, AI would have picked up all of those peddlers on this turn with a collection of this artisan. So it really doesn't matter that much. And yeah, we more or less dud here, and it's turn 17, and AI might just be about to finish the game. I think it took a few turns more. It picked up we pick up a collection here, but also realize that it's really too late to go against this massive point lead that AI somehow has managed to achieve. Like 27 points is kind of impressive. It got to the colony. It picked up a bunch of duchies, and yeah, I think AI is just much better at embracing those really junky decks. I don't like playing those really junky decks, and I'm really bad at it. But AI manages to thrive in these environments where you pick up a few points here and there, don't care that much about deck control, while I, yeah, try to pursue that in any case. So yeah, at this point we pick up a bank, but there's 20 more cards in the shuffle. This might as well have been a province. But yeah, I think AI will finish it at this turn or the next one. It thinks a bit there, but yeah, just goes for another duchy. I wonder what a top deck there, but it also buys a duchy, so now it's only two duchies left. And I'm not sure, maybe I shouldn't have trashed that estate there, but it so doesn't matter. We dud once again. And yeah, the thing is just that if you don't achieve deck control early here with the crystal balls and all that stuff lining up nicely, somewhat nicely, and if you have unlucky collisions like the artisan and charlatan, I would call it unlucky, then AI might just get really far ahead in points. And yeah, that's the game. And I go straight away. I just go over to the try again button. I don't even bother looking at the decks. I'm frustrated here, of course. Um, just hoping that at least this attempt might be okay. I play very fast as we have to 5-2. We again have this nasty charlatan artisan collision, but in this case, AI picks up Anvil and Workers Village as it's open, and yeah, therefore we are in a much better position, especially as we do get to trash here with the crystal ball, and you'll see in a bit that this early trashing just makes so much of a difference, and also getting the curses in just a tad later. Now we get to see both artisans here, which is also really good. We we decide to just trash 2 coppers and skip our buys. Actually, not skip our buys, but because we can pick up a Peddler. And yeah, now this is how it was supposed to go in the first 2 playthroughs, but yeah, the cards didn't line up the way I imagined them to line up. I could be convinced that this is probably a suboptimal strategy, to be honest. Here we have the 5-2 and AI does this weird Anvil stuff, so it really didn't matter. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what we pick up here. I think I argue a bit for the different things, and Artisan indeed with this deck composition with a thin deck, just gaining a bunch, stuffing in a bunch of Artisans is really good. Especially if you have a few workers villages, we can even get a witch here to enhance cursing. We find another Artisan, opt for a collection here to do the same thing that AI did in last games, just pick up a bunch of peddlers. And yeah, things are already looking much, much better, but yeah, we did not manage in the first 2 games. And yeah, I decided to go for a workers village there over yet another artisan, I think just because I feel like we're in elite, so we can get piles lower a bit, and we're well trashed. These extra buys will help us. We pick up 2 peddlers here. What do we go for? I think since we don't have a collection in play, we opt to go for the workers village. With the collection, we might have gone for some peddlers. But yeah, this kingdom also just has this nasty property of workers, villagers, peddlers, curses emptying early, and yeah, whoever gets ahead first just wins the game. We do get a collection here to pick up a few peddlers, and yeah, this is almost over at this point. I realized at this point also that I should have played the collection first, so playing the crystal ball before the collection might pay off in those cases. So here, yeah, going for that would be the better thing to do, because then I would have gotten a point off of this, a victory point off of a peddler gain or any action gain. I think in the end I decide to top deck a vault there because there are workers villages still in the shuffle, and just buy 2 peddlers and a provincier, as there are only 2 curses and 2 peddlers left. And yeah, we are on a really good in a really good spot at this point, and able to just run down peddlers and curses. We're well trashed. Our deck is beautiful, and yeah, at this point I have a slight goof. I think that vault discarding, if you discard 2 cards, you draw 1 card, like you do if you discard it when it's not your turn as the opponent. Wait, let me show you my confusion here. Um, actually, so here, that's how I react to goofs. Well, sorry for this repetition, but yeah, of course we just get coins from discarding with vault in a normal way, but in any case, it really pays off here to discard things into the shuffle. But also the game is already over. We can buy the last 2 peddlers, a curse and a province to close out this game and be done with this awful kingdom. And yeah, as you can see, AI's deck, if I were to stop a bit over here, AI's deck had those anvils in it, and not much else going on. I don't know why it has 10 coppers also. Sometimes it does erratic stuff. I think what got it into this anvil stuff thinking was probably that I opened with the 5-2 in this game. Um, But yeah, this was not a super pleasant one, and I'm annoyed at myself that I didn't notice that the mic wasn't picking up any sound. I hope you still enjoyed this talk over, and yeah, I will try to catch you in the next one, I guess. So at this point, I was just rambling a bit over the rest of this kingdom. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, as I said, and I will try to catch you in the next one. Goodbye.